again. Welcome to Appalachian Living with Tracy and Janie. I am Tracy Fletcher McLaughlin.
And I'm Janie Jesse. And welcome to the show. The show is brought to you by Modern Day Appalachian Woman magazine, which is the sister company to Voice magazine for women. And we have such a special issue in our September issue, Bristol Rhythm and Roots Reunion Festival. And this issue has such a great article. It is a love story, but it's a love story about their music. And I want to give a special thank you to Charlene Tipton Baker, who is the marketing specialist, the PR communications person. She was very instrumental in bringing the cover and the story together for us.
It's a beautiful cover, I might add.
Fantastic.
It's just gorgeous.
And Voice Magazine for Women is one of the media sponsors for Bristol Rhythm and Roots Reunion, and we are honored to be a part of that. So I want to say a special thank you to her, and also because we are a media sponsor, we've got some exciting news. If you want to look for your printed copy and cannot find it, you can visit us on voicemagazineforwomen.com. The full issue is there. But the exciting news that we want to present to you today is that we are giving away 2 weekend passes to Bristol Rhythm and Roots Festival. How exciting is that?
That's very exciting. I want to
Yes.
add, because if you guys have ever been to Bristol Rhythm and Roots, I mean, it's amazing.
It is the party of the year.
It is. People come. You know, as a matter of fact, my husband and I had people from Florida that came up for the Rhythm and Roots reunion. It's
Right.
so wonderful. So much talent from this region and beyond.
Absolutely. And they're anticipating over 50,000 people to
Wow.
attend this year. They have a
Wow.
terrific their lineup is fantastic.
And can I add, this is in the Appalachian region?
Appalachian
We're
region.
not talking about being like in some big city or some big town. This is right here at home.
This is in
This
our
is
back
where
door.
we are, in our
That's
back
right.
door.
Now you have to stay tuned to register or find out how you're going to win those 2 weekend passes. So stay with us. We'll be right back and register for those 2 weekend passes.
And we've got the way you can register for those online. Just hang with us for a moment. But speaking of Rhythm and Roots, that's going to bring us to our featured guest of today. And this incredible person has been on our show before, and we love him. We would have him here.
Carolina
every
Moon.
week.
Can I say Carolina Moon? I love that song.
We would have him here every week if we could. But today we are so privileged and so honored to have him come back with us, because we are promoting, we are here to tell you all about the Rhythm and Roots reunion.
And the music.
The
The
music.
music. Oh, absolutely.
It's all over the board. If you will just go on and look at all of the artists that we have, you will be amazed. And you know, some of them you may not have heard of,
Right.
but you will.
But you won't be disappointed.
No,
you
you
will
won't.
not be disappointed.
You won't. And just discovering new music is always just an incredible thing.
It is.
But our featured artist today, our featured guest, is James Meadows. We have had him here before.
Right.
We love him. We would have him here every week if he weren't so busy going off the charts and
Right.
traveling and doing so much. We would have him here every week. Anyway, he is going to be a featured artist at the Bristol Rhythm and Roots reunion this weekend.
Yes.
You
So
have got to come see him.
you definitely do not want to miss that.
No, no, no. He
So in
is-
addition to our show today, we have some exciting news on tap
Yes, on tap.
about the
On
new
tap.
Mountain Brew Bar here.
Yes, on tap about the Mountain Brew Bar. I love that.
Yes, here at Heartwood. Changes are ahead for Heartwood on September the 16th.
Yes.
They are anticipating some changes with their brew bar. You will not want to miss that.
You've got to write that on your calendar.
Yes.
September 16th. Seriously, there's some major things that you've got to know about here, because you don't want to miss it. I mean, your pocketbook doesn't want to
Doesn't want to miss it.
It's a great, great, great thing.
Neither do your taste buds, so you need to be here.
That's the most important thing, the taste buds. The taste buds. So anyway, you will not want to miss this, and please stay tuned. We have so much on store for you today. Excuse me, we have so much on tap for you today.
That's right, on tap. We'll be right back.
Please stay tuned.
Voice Magazine for Women and Modern Day Appalachia Woman, magazines with a regional footprint. We are expanding and we are hiring. We are looking for energetic people who want to have a career in presenting a well-branded and respected product. Become a member of our team and a member of a growing successful company. Email your resume or video today.
Welcome back to Appalachian Living with Tracy and Janie.
And yes, as promised with each show, we have a word or phrase of the day. And our word of the day is Appalachian word, poke. Tracy, you have to give us a sentence with the word poke.
I will. And before I do that, I want to tell you guys that poke has so many different meanings. Like, I could poke Janie all the time. I'm going to poke her. But in Appalachian, in the Appalachian region and in our mountains, poke has a total different meaning. It doesn't mean I'm going to poke you like you see on Facebook too.
No,
There's pokes on Facebook.
Right.
It has a whole different meaning. So I'm going to make a sentence
Okay, let's make a sentence. Go ahead.
with the Appalachian word poke. And that sentence would be, I went to the grocery store today and they bagged up, they packaged my groceries in a poke.
In a poke.
In a poke.
In a poke, which is like a paper bag.
It's like a bag, and now with everything going on, it's plastic or paper, all of that stuff going on. So we just kind of package them and go on. But used to, it would be a brown paper poke.
And isn't it interesting how that word has transitioned? But it has roots in Appalachia.
Yes.
Appalachia word is poke.
Poke.
And it was a way you carried things. It might have been a brown paper bag or a sack.
Yeah,
I mean, it has a different definition if it's the Appalachia word poke.
Poke. And it's like, bring me a poke of potatoes.
That's
bring
right.
Bring me a poke of this and that. And I mean, that's just how we grew up.
Okay, we want to encourage all of you to participate in our word of the day. We want you to send us a sentence using the Appalachia word poke. Now, this is very important to our viewers.
Please listen.
Yes, you need to send us a sentence using the word poke. And from the sentences that we receive through our comments on Facebook, one of you will be a lucky winner of those 2 passes for the weekend for Bristol and Rhythm and Roots.
Wow. Wow. What a treat.
Yes, yes.
That is a great thing. That is a great thing.
So send us your comments and make it through Facebook so we can choose a winner, and you will be able to pick up your tickets here at Heartwood.
Yes.
Yes. So be sure and use a sentence using the Appalachia word poke.
Poke.
Now, as moving along, I want to say that many of you responded to our What Would You Do segment, and we appreciate that very much. So we want to take a look at some of the answers that we had from our What Would You Do segment, but I want Tracy to recap the story.
I will do that. Just a simple recap, a quick recap of our story last week of what would you do? My husband and I were out to dinner with a lot of our great friends, and probably 8 to 10 of us were out to dinner at a very nice restaurant. We're being seated by the hostess, and my husband's dear, dear friend, who is also a dear friend of mine, made a pass at me.
Ooh, no.
He did. And I asked our viewers last week, how would you handle that? What would you do if a good friend of your husband and of you made a pass at you? How would you react?
And we had great responses. We really did.
We did.
So we chose a few, and I'm going to read them here. Okay, one of the responses said, I'd slap his face. You know, I have to believe this must have come from the same person that wanted to slap the lady that was in the hat store.
Yes.
That's her solution. That works. The other response, another response was, I would have ignored it.
Which is a good one. Very
But
good
this
one.
one is priceless. Okay, here is the response. I would have been polite, but firm, and would have told him that I am flattered that he was impressed with me, but I love my husband, and that I'm not interested in anything but friendship. You know, that's a classy comment.
It really is.
What a composed Southern lady, and well-spoken.
Very well spoken. And
So what did you say?
I am so sorry to say that I don't think I took that class in school of the very well spoken Southern lady, because that's not what I said.
What did you say?
Well, okay. So we are here among 8 to 10 people in a nice restaurant. So I had to make my point, and I looked at him square in the eye, and I said, this is never going to happen again now, is it?
Ooh.
And he said, no ma'am. No ma'am, it will not. And to this day, bless his heart, bless his heart.
Yeah, that
One
was
of
the
our
word of
words.
the day
Yes,
previously.
yes.
We love that.
You know, he says, and it's so funny because he told my husband, which I told my husband on the way home, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what happened, and I did this, and he said that, and my husband said a few things back, and but I said, don't worry, it's taken care of, it's done. So then every time we would be with this person, he said, oh no ma'am, I'm not going to sit next to you. You are going to sit over there on your place, and I'm not getting next to you, and I'm not going to be anywhere in your contact.
He got the message.
He got the point, and he
Yes.
made a point to say that from
He-
then on. She put me in my place.
He respected that.
He did.
He did.
He really did.
Yeah.
And I love him. I truly, truly love him. He's an incredible person. So, and we are like this today. So,
Well, I have a story.
yes.
Can I share my story?
Let me think. Yes.
What would
Please
she-
share your story, because we are in the what to do moment, and
Right.
we want to hear stories. That's what we're all about. Okay.
Yeah.
We want to share those what to do. What would you do? Stories.
Right.
I
And
would love to
respond.
hear
We
it.
love these responses, and it's important to the show to hear from you.
Yes.
So today I'm going to share my story.
Okay.
My story is across gender, and I want to hear from all of you.
Okay.
I want to hear about how you would respond to this.
Okay.
Now, my story starts with me shopping.
Well, heaven forbid.
Everybody-
Jamie is shopping. I know you have a hard time believing this. Jamie shops just a little bit.
I love to shop. Doesn't necessarily mean I spend money. I just love to shop.
Love to shop.
But I was in a drugstore and I was shopping, and I rounded an aisle there in the drugstore, and timing is everything. And I saw an individual take an item off the shelf and slip it into their pocket. Basically, they shoplifted.
Yeah, they did.
So what would you do? Would you ignore it? I mean, what would you do if you saw someone shoplifting? And I can tell you, my response, I stood there frozen. I did not know. I questioned myself, did I see what I just saw? And yes, I did.
Well, of course you would. When we don't do that on a normal basis, of course you did. Did they really put that in their pocket? Did they really do that?
They did.
Well, today we want to hear your response to this story. What would you do? But today we're going to give you a couple of different choices that you can choose from. The first one is, what would you do? Number one, would you ignore it? Would you ignore it and just go on about your business and act like it never happened? Or number two, would you go to management and tell them what you saw? Would you go to them and say, you're not going to believe what I saw, but you need to check out this person and see what's in his pocket? Or would you confront that person right up front?
He may have a gun.
You never know. Would you walk up to the person and say, listen, I saw you put that in your pocket, and I've got something I need to talk to you about. Or, our last choice, D, would be, would you follow this shoplifter around? Would you walk with this person throughout the store to see if he decided to pay for it, or if he was going to escape with it? So, we just want to see what your response will be. Please send us your response. We are so anxious to see what
we
you
want to hear
would
from
do.
you.
Yes.
We do. We want you to, give us your responses.
Give us
Participate.
Your response.
Right.
Yes. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Have you thought about publishing a book but don't know where to start? Carroll Publishing can provide answers to your questions. We provide the tools and the skills to transform your manuscript into a professionally printed book and ebook. Submit your manuscript for a free, confidential, individual review. Here at JCP, we believe every story needs a book. Call us today for details.
Welcome back. And many of you are waiting for our heartfelt moment. Of each show, we have a heartfelt moment. And this is a very special moment. And I want Tracy to share her heartfelt moment this segment.
I'm so happy to share this because this is not particularly my heartfelt moment, but I can relate to it because this heartfelt moment came from my mother, Clara Fletcher, who lives in Van St., Virginia, and she brought this heartfelt moment to us. And I hope that everyone in the Appalachian region can relate to this moment. But my mother tells me of a story when they were young. There were 8 siblings altogether. Wow. And she said when she was very young, they lived in a very small home, and they would all sit around the fireplace. And her grandfather lived with them during a brief period of his life. And during that brief period, he loved to tell stories. They would sit around the fire, and they would have lamps burning at the same time and tell all of the wonderful, wonderful memories and stories that some of them he would make up. Some of them were ghost stories. And then some of them were also stories that he lived through. These were stories of his life. He told the stories of, he used to be a logger. And today in the Appalachian Mountains, we see loggers as going into mountains with big, huge machinery, taking the logs down, cutting the trees and moving them out of the mountains. This man was the one that would roll them down the river.
Roll them down the river?
They would move these logs down the river and make sure they got to a destination where they could be taken away. Wow. I mean, you think that's a long time ago.
That's a while back, yes.
Truly, truly changed.
And that did happen.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
That was a great memory and a great thing that happened in the Appalachian region, all throughout the region. But they would at night, after dinner, after they did their chores on the farm and they'd gone to school, and they did their homework, they would sit around and he would tell these wonderful, wonderful stories. And I remember my mama saying, as I was a child, she would say, I wish Grandpa would have put those stories into a book.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, how great would that be to have a book of Appalachian stories? Because you think of back at that time, how great, and we can't even really relate, like rolling the logs down the river, we can't relate to that. But it's, I mean, I was just enthralled when Mom was telling me. I'm like, really? How did they do that, Mom? And she was explaining as her grandfather explained
her
this
grandfather.
To us. Yeah. So, but anyway, and he would tell these stories, these ghost stories, and he would scare them all, and they would scream as children, and just have a great time.
That brings such memories. I mean, that creates such memories, and logging was very instrumental in this area. That was a boost to their economy.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's how they did the logs. They would actually tread them, I guess, what you would call
yes,
down the river.
tread them down the river.
And those stories, I can remember my grandparents, we would sit around like the fireplace and my granddad would share stories, and as a child, I was very young, I didn't appreciate that. And what I would give to have those stories repeated today.
And I think that's what my mama was
Right.
saying too, because she was like, if he would have written those down, and if any
Right.
of the children, you know, like I said, 8 siblings, if any of them would have thought, let's write those down
Right.
just for a diary, if not to
Right.
publish a book, but just for memories, for the whole family to enjoy.
To enjoy and understand the family history.
Yes.
And you know, you can create memories even here at Heartwood. If you walk around Heartwood here, it is amazing how you look around and you see our heritage. There's actually memories to be created here at Heartwood.
Oh, yes.
And they carry through the Appalachian region. The crafts here, they talk about our heritage, and you can create a memory here.
Oh, you can. I mean, really, like Jamie says, you walk through and you see the quilts, you see the handwork. I mean, really, the handwork of people that live in this region that have put together pottery, that have put together musical instruments. I mean,
And passed down from generation to generation.
Yes, they have learned how to do that, and it's almost like walking back in time. And you do want a
Perfect.
piece of it while you're here. You
Yes.
want to walk through and experience, and then just get a piece of what is here to offer and take home with you and treasure, because it is a heartfelt moment
It is.
being here.
Heartwood can be a heartfelt moment in your life.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got a lot more in store for you. Just stay tuned. We've got some goodies on the plate.
Oh,
so
you want to stay
please
tuned.
Stay tuned.
We'll be
See
right
you.
back.
Welcome back to Appalachian Living with Tracy and Janie, and we want to continue our show today to tell you a little bit about, we gave you a sneak preview of what's coming about with Heartwood, and we are at the Mountain Brew Bar that is being totally revamped here today, and we have got some exciting news. I want you to mark this on your calendar. September 16th is a big day here at Heartwood at Mountain Brew Bar, and I'll tell you why. We've got a couple of things going on that are really pretty exciting. You know, they do lunch here every day, they do special events, they do dinner a few nights a week, but they've got a special thing coming up starting September 16th. On Saturday, they will have, drum roll please, we're gonna have a happy hour. That happy hour begins at 9 a.m. and it goes to 5 p.m. every Saturday. Every Saturday we're gonna do discount drinks. That means local beers. That means domestic beers. That means wines, local wines. And let me tell you, we have some incredible local wines. We have incredible local beers on tap. But the special thing that I'm really excited about, Chef Charles has prepared an entire menu for this happy hour. So this menu is all about things that he can pair with our wines and our beers. Two things I want to tell you. First of all, think about those local football games that you'll be going to on Saturday. Think about coming here first for happy hour, because the prices are going to be incredible. They're going to be so good. And maybe even coming here afterwards for that last little drink of the day before you leave and go home. Prices are out of this world. Number 2, I've got to tell you, really, Chef Charles told me the greatest thing that he has added to the menu, and he's building everything around that for a bar menu, but he is going to feature on his menu pork belly nachos. And if you have not had pork belly nachos, you are in for a treat. They are incredible, and so excited to have them here at Heartwood. And also for us, did I say us? For us mimosa drinkers, $2 mimosas all day long. So keep that in mind. Don't forget, we have got to come by, support your local Heartwood, the people that are here with us and supporting us, and all of the local artists. Come by the bar and Mountain Brew Bar and see what's going on. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to Appalachian Living with Tracy and Janie, and we have come to a wonderful, I'll say the highlight of our show because it truly is. Being in the Appalachian Mountains and with the Rhythm and Roots reunion going on, we have a very special guest.
Very special guest. Yes.
We wish we could have this guest with us every week because when you hear him, you will agree that he is not only outstanding, but over the top. This is the young man that will really, he's climbing the charts every day, and we can't keep up with him, what number he is on the charts, because he's going so fast, and we're going to ask you to keep up with him. We want you to follow him on Facebook. We want you to stay with him because he's going to be famous and you're going to lose out.
That's right. He's going to put this region on the map. He is
really
so
is.
talented.
He really
I am
is.
so excited to hear him. He's fantastic. And the title, Carolina Moon.
This song, I cannot tell you. This is his first single that has hit the charts, and really it's soaring. And I would tell you a number, but it will change tomorrow and the next day and the next day because it really is growing so fast.
It's a hit.
It is a true hit, and people, not just in our region, all over the world. James is on about 4,000 radio stations throughout the world.
Wow.
World.
We're proud of you, James.
Oh my gosh, we're so proud we can't stand it.
That's right.
And I am privileged, we are privileged to know him, to be a part of his growth, but I could talk for hours and hours and hours, but you would get so bored with me. I'm going to let James show you with his here singing at Heartwood today, singing his hit single, Carolina Moon. Go, James!
Looking back now, I realize that summer really caught us by surprise. Running barefoot in the sand, just you and me, holding hands underneath that Carolina moon. The city was rising up. We knew then we'd never give enough. In the back of my old truck, just a couple kids in love. We fell hard as the crashing surf underneath that Carolina moon. I was going back to the farmyard. But every time I drive this old truck, your memory takes me back. Summertime and a big moon rising up underneath that Carolina moon. The sun was rising up. We knew then we'd never give enough. In the back of my old truck, just a couple of kids in love. We fell hard as the crashing surf underneath that Carolina moon.
Voice Magazine for Women and Modern Day Appalachia Woman, magazines with a regional footprint. We are expanding and we are hiring. We are looking for energetic people who want to have a career in presenting a well-branded and respected product. Become a member of our team and a member of a growing successful company. Email your resume or video today.
I do too.
It just stays in me. I just sing it all day.
It just speaks to my heart. I
love
love Carolina Moon.
Oh, it's incredible. I want to remind you, please go on to YouTube.
Right.
Download James. Download Carolina Moon. Support your local artist because he is up and coming.
Oh, he is up and coming. The song is a #1. It's got to be.
It will be.
It's fabulous.
It will be.
I love that song.
And
I cannot be the only one who loves that
No,
song.
you're not. You're not. And it's fun just hanging with him to watch him grow, to watch him climb up to that #1 position, to that
And
number
what
one
a
slot.
wonderful person.
Oh,
Good looking and talented, but he has such a great personality.
wonderful
We
heart,
were thrilled to
wonderful
have him
everything.
here.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, James.
Yes, thank you so much. And this concludes our show for today. And we want to, as always, we want to thank each other.
Right, thank
Yes,
you.
Thank you so much. We want to thank Heartwood
Yes,
for
Heartwood.
having us here and hosting this spot for
Great
us.
venue.
Yes. We want to thank Tim Flanagan, the video
Thanks,
guy,
Tim.
for putting us out there and all that you do for us.
Yes.
Also, we want to thank our viewers. Thank
You-
you for staying tuned in.
You're special to us. We want to hear from you. We want you to be a part of this show. The show is about you. So become engaged. You know, send us your comments and your suggestions. This show is about Appalachia living, and that's all of us.
That's all of us. That's
Yes.
great. I love the way you said that.
Yeah.
It's all of us together. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
New day, new way, new women.